Day. I'm not going to say Happy Memorial Day because you don't say Happy Memorial Day because it's a day where you have to remember the ones that fought for us, that gave us the freedom that we have today. So we thank them.
Absolutely, never
So
forget.
it's not about barbecues, right?
Nope.
It's not about a 3-day weekend. It's about what it really means. And I'm proud to say that we have a gentleman in the studio with us tonight, Mr. Tony Price, that knows everything that's going on with this stuff. And he's a warrior himself here.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
before we start with Tony, we got Mr. Chris Beckins with us. What's up, Chris?
What's up, Johnny?
How you doing?
Wonderful.
Got a good weekend?
Absolutely.
A real good weekend.
Busy. Next thing you know, here we are.
Yo, we have Mr. Wayne Forte. What's up, Wayne?
What's up, Johnny?
How you doing?
Good. Good.
You heard you had some homeless people come up to you and Stop and Shop.
I tell you, Stop and Shop.
Yeah?
This neighborhood is going to
I mean,
crap.
were you like being harassed in Stop and Shop?
They tried taking my cart.
Yeah?
Tried lifting me my wallet out.
Really?
It was bad.
This guy had no money on him.
Imagine came. I've never had somebody steal my wallet and then throw it back at me.
And it had money in it this time.
In disgust. What is this
And everything in the
crap?
cart was like diet,
Yeah.
sugar free. They took that and dumped it on me.
Wow.
It's pretty bad when the thief feels bad for you.
I want to do that too. I'm sorry.
I'll tell
Did
you.
they throw some Bud Light in your car?
They did. I chased them through the parking lot, though.
You should deserve a Bud Light.
They got into a minivan, though. I couldn't catch them.
You sure you weren't in Target?
They were wearing the colors.
What's up? We got Irish Pat with us. What's up, Pat?
Hey, Jenny, what's going on?
We got Alex in the studio with us.
How are you?
You got to hold it to the mic, bro. You got to bring the mic to your face. Oh,
Pick it up.
there you go.
How are you
Hi.
tonight?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah? Alex got the real Mayhem experience yesterday. And
He's close to that door for a reason.
yeah. Alex looks at me like, is this guy like real? Is this fucked up, right? I mean,
I'm ready to run.
and he got me with a few beers in me yesterday, too.
I could imagine.
So I was a little bit
He's like, trying to give me $50 to do this?
So he walked in the studio and was like, I bring in my own beer today. Good for you. So we got Josephine with us. What's up, Joey?
In the background. Hi, everybody.
Back there, protecting the food back there because we got Henry's Pizza, guy. Right? Henry's Pizza is an amazing stuff.
Thank you, Henry's.
We always thank Henry's. You know, and Henry's is our pizzeria across the street that we get all the food from. You had the sandwich today. It was good.
I did.
right?
I did.
Very good. Well, you're from Minnesota, so you don't really know what good food really is.
You don't know what a meatball palm is.
Yeah, right.
Listen, we got some of the best Taco Bell in the country.
Yeah.
In Minnesota.
You got the best number 6s around.
Well, we every week we eat good.
We have a different name for it, though. For us in Minnesota, it's hot dish.
Hot dish?
Hot dish.
Hot dish.
And what would be a cold dish?
It's a completely different category.
I was thinking it was going like a Carvel or something.
You take everything you got, you throw it in a pan, you cook it for a while, and you call it a hot dish.
There you go. I like that.
Hot dish.
We had a snake in our booth yesterday, and I just called it snake. That was it.
The snake.
What else are you going to call it?
Exactly. Like, what is that? It's a snake. I mean, what do you think it is?
Boots.
Does it look like a frog? I mean, it's a snake. I mean, understand?
What kind of
There you
snake?
go. A snake. That's all you need to know.
Gardener snake?
It was a snake. It was green.
Rattler?
It was a boa.
It was a green.
Yeah.
Green tree boa.
Yeah. His name was Snake.
If it was really
And
a
the
green
frog.
tree boa, isn't that dangerous?
Yeah.
Well, 3 people are dead.
Only if
now.
you're big. Only if it's big.
I don't care.
It was only about 2 feet long.
But hey,
That's why Johnny kept on giving it to his wife.
that's right. Hey, we eat Henry's Pizza every week. Henry's Pizza is an amazing pizzeria right across the street. They come here, they deliver for us. We get all kinds of pasta. We get salads. We get heroes. We get pizza. It's amazing. Now, you guys out there that live on Long Island or you want to travel out here, some people get on bikes. Like Mr.
I
Price
did
over
it.
here.
Sure.
Get on bikes to go get a crab cake in Maryland. Come to Long Island for some pizza. Go to Henry's Pizza. They are the official pizzeria of Most Like a Man Radio, right, Wayne?
They always do the right thing.
They always do the right thing by
Nice
us.
dining room. You can go there and sit and eat. And
That's right. And they're at 6214 Jericho Turnpike and Comac. Give them a call at 631-462-8000 or go to the website, henryspizzacomac.com. You like burritos?
I do.
You like tacos, obviously.
I sometimes. Sure.
We get that on Monday nights, too. We get.
Today is Monday.
I know.
we call it
But
a hot dish.
they were closed today because of Memorial Day.
Oh,
So
sure.
We get hot dish, Fat Boys burrito.
Sure.
Check them out, man. They got the best food. We get teriyaki steak over rice and pineapple.
Yeah.
So you have teriyaki in Minnesota? Do you ever hear it out there?
I think I've seen it
Yeah.
someplace.
It's not from Mars.
It's like another country, Minnesota.
It's the 21st century. We pretty much have everything everywhere now
Well, you
in,
got
in the United States.
you got the Twins and the Vikings. That's all you got. That's all I know about Minnesota.
Oh, jeez.
Well, first of all, we don't really have the Twins or the Vikings either.
No?
You don't want to.
But there's a hockey team,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
and there's a basketball team.
Okay.
Timberwolves and
Wild.
Wild. Thank you very much.
I
You can tell I'm a huge sports fan.
Yes, yes.
You look like a season ticket holder.
But anyway, so we get Fat Boys Burrito here every Monday as well. Check them out, guys. They're amazing. If you're on Long Island or near Long Island, again, come take a ride. Right in Belmore at 2496 Merrick Road in Belmore, East Northport 4097 Jericho Turnpike, and Plainview 1660 Old Country Road inside the Coliseum Deli.
Boom.
Boom. so let's kick it off with you, sir.
I'm still trying to figure out this boom thing.
Yeah.
Well,
you can just tell I just
K-Fox-
messed it up, so don't worry.
Kay Fox is not able to join us tonight because she took a well-deserved vacation.
Nice.
I hope she's having a
Okay.
good time.
Yeah, some of those the sunsets you saw.
Oh, yeah?
Nice pictures.
Spectacular.
She's enjoying
Yes,
herself.
I mean,
Good.
she's having a good time. She deserves it. So tell everybody what you do out there. You're with the Gold Star Ride Foundation.
First, you can win a motorcycle.
Okay,
We got a $25,000 motorcycle. There's only 900 tickets printed. They're $50 a pop.
right.
Drawing is September 9th. Buy tickets online at goldstarride.org. And we'll mail them out to you, and you might just win yourself a $25,000 Harley-Davidson Electric Glide Standard.
That'd be nice.
Nice.
It doesn't suck.
That doesn't
That's
suck.
and that's kind of become that was kind of our theme for the weekend. This last weekend, I rode up here today from DC, and of course we spent all last week riding from Minneapolis to DC.
Are you with somebody else or no? You by yourself?
On this ride, I was with other people.
Okay, you're saying we, that's why I meant-
I was alone from DC to here,
Okay.
but I was with I think we had up to 65 or 70 bikes.
Oh, really?
So 3 of us left Minneapolis last Tuesday, and Wednesday we took off from Michigan City, Indiana, and I think there was about 55 or 60 bikes then.
Wow.
And then we stopped outside of Dayton, Ohio, in a little town called Brookville.
Okay.
And then we got 5 or 6 more.
Yep.
And then we stopped in a little town of Bridgeport, West Virginia. We got a couple more there, and then from Bridgeport, West Virginia, we made it all the way to D.C.
Nice. Now all those stops are planned. Like to meet
Not
guys?
only those stops, but the ride had a crap load of stops along with it. It was the National Veterans Awareness Ride
Okay.
that puts it together. They actually rode from Anaheim, California to Washington, D.C.
Wow.
And the ride averages probably 300 miles a day, which is a pretty short day for somebody like me.
Yeah.
However, every morning there's a stop at a VA hospital or a high school or something related to that. So all the bikes can pull up, make a lot of noise, and then we go in and talk to the veterans and make sure that all the veterans know that they are remembered, at least for the short time that we're there.
Wow.
And we make it's a very, very powerful ride. For example, we stop in a high school in Southeast Ohio.
Okay.
It's called Southeast Ohio High.
Do they have a
That's
snake
original.
there?
Do they what?
Have a snake?
Probably,
Okay.
but the snake stayed away.
Okay. Hot dish.
Anyway, they closed down the school for us to be there. All the motorcycles pull in, and we get paraded through the school into the auditorium where they do everything. The band plays a bunch of songs. There's a handful of speeches from dignitaries in the area, and then they put out a spread for us to have lunch. And banquet tables, 30, 40, 50 feet of banquet tables just filled with all the food you can imagine.
Wow.
Everything you can.
Look at Chris. He's sweating over there. Like I am.
There's 2 banquet
one
tables
was
that have
heavy.
nothing but pies and cakes.
Wow.
Johnny's getting wood.
Hey,
it's,
baby, I'm coming to join you.
it's balsa wood, but it's wood.
Well, I'm glad I could help you with that.
Yes. Not with the wood part, though.
So that's kind of what we did on that ride. so NVAR lets the Gold Star Ride Foundation tag along with them on that. And this time there was 3 of us that left Minneapolis. The vice president of our organization came along with us as well. I'm the secretary and the executive director of vice president. We have our board members.
Right.
So the vice president came along in this ride too. And when we parted company this morning, was it this morning? Yeah. He was just in tears because of how powerful the whole journey is.
Sure it is.
Yeah, they do little things like they have a missing man formation. Now, you civilians, I'm surrounded by civilians here in this room, probably won't quite get this. But the missing man formation, it's, you often see it at military funerals where the jets will fly over and there'll be
Right.
one missing.
Right.
So we do a missing man formation on motorcycles. So the first 2 motorcycles are handlebar to handlebar. And the third motorcycle is right behind the left one on the front, and there's nothing next to him. And then there's 2 more that are handlebar to handlebar. And that's called the missing man formation. They do that all across the freeways from California to D.C. the whole way. That's what leads the group. The rest of the group rides
Are you
staggered.
escorted by any police or anything like that? Or just
Lots of times it is, yeah. As a matter of fact, most of the state of Ohio, we had the freeway to ourselves,
Wow.
completely to ourselves.
that's gonna be a great feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a really, really awesome feeling. When we left Michigan City, Indiana, we went on a U.S. highway, and we went. We go 10, 15 miles, and it'd be a small town. We have to go through, slow down for the small town, and then another one 15 miles. So for about 6 or 8 of these small towns, people just came out and lined the streets and applauded and waved, and they all had holding flags and just
Wow.
and that was just there. And then we get to Brookville, Ohio, that little town. We make a big snake through the whole city, and the whole town is out. Everybody is out on the curb. You can't even see the houses.
How
All
are
the
you
people are
guys getting promotions out there like that? People know
I don't
you're doing this. You don't know?
I don't
so I was gonna
know.
ask
You know what I do? I follow the man in front of me.
Okay.
Good advice.
Except on this particular ride this year, this was my 5th year riding with that group to D.C. This year they invited me to be part of the Missing Man Formation, which was a
Oh, really?
huge honor for me.
That
yeah.
must be. Wow.
Yeah, like is
Yeah.
your route posted anywhere? Like, can it just?
Oh,
Anybody,
yeah.
Can anybody just jump in on the end? Like, at
Well,
stops?
you kind of want
Boy,
to let them know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can jump in anywhere there's a stop if you want to ride along. Fill out the little piece of paper, and then you ride along with them
Nice.
across the country.
That-
It's a 10-day ride for them from Anaheim to D.C.
Oh, wow. That must be an
Yeah.
amazing ride.
Yeah.
It is.
Do you guys all get hotel rooms? Or you all crash together?
all that stuff is posted on the website, and everybody's in charge of their own room, but everybody stays at the same hotel,
okay.
and we usually get a huge discounted.
So you're
rate.
actually doing this ride and bringing together a brotherhood.
Huge brotherhood, yeah.
Because you guys probably start out as strangers and end up as best friends at the end of this trip.
Yes.
Yeah. That sounds exactly like what we're doing with a
Yeah.
soldier's journey home.
Yeah, it's the same concept, definitely.
We start
Yeah.
out, I didn't know anybody last year, and at the end of the trip, I knew almost everybody.
Yep.
It was like a
Yeah.
family.
Yeah,
So
it
come
gets to
on.
be pretty powerful. And then when we get to D.C., of course, on Saturday morning, we go down to the Vietnam Met Wall, and we hang out with Lincoln Memorial and the Korean, all of the memorials. But on this particular ride, our VP, the VP of our group, went down to see his brother-in-law, whose name is on the wall, and he'd never been there before. So that was one of the pictures I sent over. You can see him with his hand on the wall where his brother-in-law's name is.
Wow.
So that's that was a extraordinarily powerful. I don't know if you've ever been to the wall.
Yes.
The wall itself is incredibly powerful anyway.
Yes.
But if you're standing next to somebody who's looking at their family member for the first time, it's a completely different experience.
You know, I went down there probably in 2012, if I had to guess. And I went with a guy named Darwin, who was a vet. And the toughest guy I knew. He was an older guy. He was tough as nails. We went to the wall. I never seen him. He broke down because how powerful that was. Then we
Yeah.
all started breaking down because
Yeah.
you realize how powerful that wall is.
Yeah,
You
I've
know?
been there 5 times. I break down on it
I'm
when
sure.
I'm there too.
Wow. That's incredible stuff. Yep.
Yeah, so that was the nature of this last weekend and the last week. Prior to that, I spent 3 days riding from Florida to Minnesota. I spent 3 days riding from Dallas to Dayton. And I spent 16 days in the last week of February and first week of March. I rode from Jacksonville, Florida to San Diego and back.
Wow.
Interesting side note. I was going for a publicity stunt. I was trying to do a little publicity stunt there because I wanted to get on the news when I got to San Diego.
That should be easy to do.
So I was trying to do an Iron Butt Association ride.
Right.
I was trying to do a CC50.
Nice.
That's coast to coast in 50 hours. Okay, that's Atlantic to the Pacific in 2 days. For you guys playing along at home, can't quite figure that one
But
out.
that's definitely not doing a speed limit, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's doing the speed limit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no speeding ever.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, there's no speeding is not endorsed by
Okay.
the Iron Butt Association.
Definitely not.
And I am not a spokesman for the Iron Butt Association, so I hope I'm being honest about that one. So I have a saddle sore patch on the back of my vest for going 1,014 miles in 21 hours. That was 1,000 miles in 24 hours. What ended up happening with my coast to coast in 2 days is I ran into a sandstorm that was 350 miles across.
Oh, geez.
And it blocked out the sun.
Wow.
And I said, yeah, I did about 50 miles in this 50-mile-an-hour wind, and it literally picked up enough sand to block out the sun.
Really?
And I said, I'm not going any farther. I'm not going
Gotta
any
wear
farther.
some good eye gear for that, right?
I took off. I checked into a hotel about 100 miles west of Houston. About halfway between Houston and San Antonio. And I slept for about 6 or 7 hours, and I got up, got back on the bike, and down the road I went. And I instantly, before I even got on the freeway, it was raining on me.
Oh, man.
And it rained on me for 4 tanks of gas across Texas.
Holy man.
And then when the sun finally came out, the sun was out for like 12 seconds. I rode by. I think I went about 40 miles with the sun shining, but the wind was blowing hard. And after about 40 miles, then the sand picked up and then blocked out the sun. And
Wow.
so I made it about 80 miles farther, and I just said, "No, that's it. We're not going any farther."
Wow.
So I did not get the coast to coast in 50 hours patch.
You tried.
However, I did get the 1,500 miles in 36 hours patch.
Oh, my God.
So I managed to pull that part
That
off.
is awesome, man.
pretty
Listen,
good.
how do they know? Are they following you in a car? How do they determine?
How does the Iron Butt
Yeah.
determine it?
Yeah.
They give you like a tracker.
No, you get all the forms off their website,
Right.
right? So there's like 4 or 5 pages of forms, and then you take a picture of the gas receipt at your speedometer,
Oh, okay.
and then a copy of that gets sent to them. So that's how they track it. So they make sure that they see the city that you're buying gas in. They see that usually they see the time and the date that you're
Right.
buying the gas. And,
Wow.
and it's easy enough for them to track it and put it together like that.
Interesting stuff. So, Tony, stay right there. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Come back with more of Tony Price and a lot more other stuff coming up. We'll be right back after these messages. Pow!
There are so many ways to TGIF. Date night or late night, make it a great night. How you Fridays is up to you. How much fun you have. Let us take care of that. Introducing Happy Every Hour. All day, everyday drink specials. Only at Fridays.
Hello, bikers. I'm Al Stanko with Colston Associates. Our goal is to save you money.
Colston and Associates combines auto and home insurance to save you money. Call us today.
266-2000, and don't forget the 631.
We want to buy your pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycle today. We purchase all used Harleys any year and any model. Skip the tire kickers and the lowball offers and get every dollar your bike is worth. Get top dollar and the quickest deal done today by visiting the best in the business. Make an outright sale or trade in to upgrade and we'll help you through the process. We'll provide an on-site, fast appraisal and close your sale for cash. Still owe on your bike? Have an open lien? No problem, as we'll handle it all for you fast and easy. Bring your bike in or call us to arrange for us to come to you. Let's make a deal today. Harley-Davidson of Nassau County.
Hey everybody, this is Motorcycle Mike, your personal injury attorney. Time and again, I'm called upon by Long Islanders who are victims of distracted drivers. Many of these distracted drivers carry the minimum insurance required by law, $25,000. If you have been seriously injured, that is not nearly enough. You can protect yourself, however. Underinsured coverage. It is the most important coverage on your automobile policy. Call me if you want your policy evaluated. I am Motorcycle Mike, always on your side and always there for you.
Bikers Info USA, the first bikers app by bikers, for bikers, and it's free. National and state events, Sturgis and Daytona, Bikers Info USA. Every motorcycle manufacturer dealer listed. Biker products for you and your bike. Bikers Info USA. Find the places to go, places to party, places to stay at every event. Bikers Info USA. Download it now. It's free. Bikers Info USA.
City workers are struggling, and their union's been letting them down for years. But thanks to a U.S. Supreme Court ruling, civil service workers now have a choice. I can stop my dues and get better protection and benefits for less than I'm paying the union. Go to stopmydues.com to find out more.
Fat Boys Burritos, guys. How about Fat Boys Burritos? How amazing is that place?
Absolutely awesome.
I love that place.
The tacos, the salads, everything they have there is amazing. Chris, what'd you get tonight?
West Coast avocado salad.
Wow. How about you, Michael?
Amazing.
I got the fat teriyaki bowl. It's fantastic.
I always get the teriyaki steak bowl. That's my favorite. But they have everything your favorite is right there also. Fat Boys Burrito, everybody. Check them out. 3 awesome locations. You got 2496 Merrick Road in Belmar, 1660 Old Country Road in Plainview, 4097 Jericho Turnpike, and East Northport. And you know what, Michael? They also have a food truck, and they do catering.
Yes, they do. That's
Awesome stuff, guys. Check out Fat Boys Burrito and get your burrito on. Fat Boys.
I'm going to take you.
All right.
I'm always ready.
We are back. Pulling that clutch, baby. Pull that clutch and go.
Oh,
what do you
my
think?
God. That sounded so
Get
good.
some wind therapy out
Yeah,
there, right?
Yeah.
You sound like a civilian.
You love wind therapy. So, Mike, you got that phone ready? All right, we're gonna give a quick call and come back to Mr. Price in a second. We're gonna talk to Jason from the Lounge Lizards real quick, a band down in Florida that you gotta go check out. These guys look like and sound like they're a really good band, man. I mean, gotta check them out in Daytona. What do you think, Josephine? Yeah.
Good answer.
Go to Daytona with you.
That's not what he asked.
This guy Jason moved to Orlando.
He likes lizards.
Jason moved to Orlando to be close to the Mickey Mouse. All right. Is that right, Jason?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
We hear you. Can you hear us?
There we go. Yes, I can. How y'all doing?
So what's up? So wait a minute. You moved to Orlando so you can be close to the Mickey Mouse? Is this true?
Well, I'm a little bit outside of Orlando. Probably about half hour, 40 minutes.
But in my notes it said
Which
that.
town?
Where are you in Orlando?
Orange City.
Oh, Orange City. Okay.
Yeah.
They got a lot of great apples.
We just moved here a couple months ago.
All right, so tell us about the band real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, the band is called Lounge Lizards. We, the 5 of us, myself, I'm the singer. Our guitarist is Robert Fonner. Our bass player is Chris C.J. Davies. Our keyboardist is Jay Atkinson. And our drummer is Joe Hilario. We were all members in other bands, and this past September, we decided to come together as a unit. But we've all been down in the scene in Orlando for probably the last 30 years or so, in different groups.
Oh, nice.
I have a lot of fun with these guys. It's a big mix of like 80s, 90s pop, rock bands, and some stuff outside. We do some stuff from going back to Chicago all the way up to Ghost. So we'd like to do a wide variety. Just have fun.
Excellent. Tell us about the funny story you had at the Main Street Station.
Okay. years ago, I was with a band called Donkey Punch, and we used to play over during Bike Week in Daytona.
Okay.
So we're at Main Street Station, and we used to close out with a medley we would do. It would be a House of Pain, Jump Around, and a rock version of Ice Ice Baby. And we're about halfway through, and I'm being bounced off the stage, and I'm not jumping this time. And I'm wondering what in the world is going on here. And I turn around. We had about 24 kids up there. I have no idea where these people came from, but they just flooded the stage. And they're all jumping up and down so hard that literally it's bouncing my drummer's kit off the riser.
That must have been awesome.
So that's how we ended it. I go back the next day, and the owner's come and say, guys, you can't do that again. Y'all broke the stage last night. We had to get 2x4s and sledgehammers and reinforce it, so please don't do that again. I'm like, guys, I didn't know they were going to do it. He's like, you can't do it again. A couple hours later, they come back and say, hey, listen, we're not mad at you because everybody's talking about this, but seriously, just don't do it. You guys can get hurt.
But you know what? Imagine being at a show like that and seeing the drums bounce off the riser.
Full
I mean,
oh my God!
Did we watch it, Keith Moon up there? What's going on? Well, that's awesome. Really quick, tell me your schedule. What do you got going on in Florida?
Well, this weekend, actually, we're going to be at Traders over in New Smyrna.
Okay.
Awesome dance club. We're going to be there both Friday and Saturday night.
Right.
And then later on this month, on the 17th, we're going to be back at Main Street Station.
Bouncing off. All right.
Awesome place. I've been playing there for the last 7 years over in Daytona. They treat us very, very well.
Excellent place.
It's one of our favorite venues. And then later on this month, we're going to be out at Leo's in Lakeland and back at OB's in DeLand. And then we close out the month at Post Time in Longwood.
Awesome.
Nice. You got like a website or anything like that? People can come check it out?
We have our Facebook page and our Instagram page. It's Lounge Lizards, and it's spelled Lyzrds.
Not lot lizards, right? You know, lounge lizards. I like that. Okay.
Well, there's a term I haven't heard for a long time.
Lot lizards.
Thanks for conjuring up those memories.
He's a truck driver. It's dead current.
Lost you guys there for a second.
All right, man. So listen, it was awesome. I'm gonna go check you guys out when we come down to Daytona. We'll be down there. Unfortunately, not this October. There'll be some wedding plans coming up from what I hear. And right on the middle, but boom, right in dead middle of the Biketoberfest.
Planned it.
Bang. So we'll be there for Bike Week. Hoping to see you, man. Love to meet you. Bounce around the stage a little bit.
Anytime y'all come down, I would love to meet you guys, and let's have a beer.
Awesome.
All right, man. So listen, you have yourself a great night. Michael, play his little clip there that we have there. And we'll see you next time, brother.
Take care, man.
Take it easy.
Y'all take care. Have a good night.
You too, man. Thanks. Bye now. All right. Good stuff right there, man. Those guys are awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing them, Chris. When we go down to Daytona next time. We're going to rock out with those boys.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, so...
They got the life, don't they?
They have...
Isn't that cool? How cool is
I'd love
that?
to live in Florida. It's always nice out. Like, it rains a lot, but you know what?
Yeah, it's only a couple hours.
I
if
want to
that.
put Christmas lights up in my shorts. All right?
on a palm tree?
I was going to say, you got to watch how you decorate the palm trees.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, what do we got
I don't
going
know if
on?
your neighbors are going to like that, though.
Please put your clothes back on, sir.
No routes found.
So, what's up? What do you got on the phone here? We got somebody on the phone?
Whoops.
Oh, my, he called the wrong number.
Sound like John Frew.
I know.
Psych.
John Fulani, they're finally calling me back.
Nice.
So, we're going to do a soldier's journey home, which you'll be very interested in. Right? Who we got on the
always.
phone?
We got Brian Fitzpatrick.
Brian Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick.
Patrick Shields
Oh,
watch.
Patrick Fitzbrian. What is it?
It's true.
All right. Hello. Hey, what's up?
Brian,
What's going on, brothers?
how's it going? It's Wayne and Johnny.
How you doing, man?
Wayne, good. The world is good. How about yourselves?
Good,
We're
very
doing good.
You must be real busy.
Yeah, no, right? You may not be watching the news much, but. So we're looking forward to coming down to see you. We'll be down there next week.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward. It's here, man. It's crazy. It snuck up on us.
Yeah, it definitely
It really
did.
did.
So tell us real quick a little bit about Soldier's Journey Home, Soldier's Journey, I should say, and what you're involved in, what you do, what your position is in the events.
I'm a board member now. I've been a board member for Soldier's Journey Home for about, I think it's going on 8 years. And Soldier's Journey Home is a small group of firemen, retired firemen, veterans, and ordinary Americans that get together once a year to build a home for a needy veteran.
Wow. Now
That's spectacular.
that is unbelievable stuff to do. We went there last year, Tony, and we watched them build a house in less than 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It really.
It was such teamwork. It was
You guys are awesome. It's such a good feeling to just be a part of it.
Not for nothing, but I'm a disabled vet, and I could use a new house.
Yeah.
I'm just
Get
going
on
to
the
put
list.
that out there.
Get on the list.
Hey, Tony, build a house for Tony Price.
What was that, Brian?
Oops.
You there? Did you hit mute?
Brian, we have you at
We
a
lo-
disadvantage. I'm Tony from the Gold Star Ride Foundation. We lost him.
We lost him. That phone call was going all over the place.
I wasn't introduced to him. I just started talking.
I think 7 people talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
It's all right. We're back. What's going on?
You got me now?
We had you. We never lost you. You hung up on us.
Not the first time.
So talk to us.
That
Yeah, we lost him again.
What the hell?
He's probably got a bad connection over there.
Must be the
All right.
producer's fault.
No, it's on his side. So you know what? We'll try it one more time, Michael, and then we'll have to just take over from there and figure this out. Man.
Hey, the ring is coming through perfectly.
right?
Yeah.
Take 3.
We got you?
Yes, we got you. Okay, so you're with the Soldier's Journey Home. We're building a house this year in Boone County.
there?
Oh, we lost him. All right. Okay, this is not going to work then.
We're going to have to find him a landline.
He's in a bad spot. All right, so basically, what are we doing?
Hold on, let me just text him real quick.
He's texting him. We are going to North Carolina. We're going to Boone County, North Carolina, where they're building a house for a disabled vet. Okay, we are doing a poker run from what was that? Wrecking Crew, Harley Davidson in Tennessee,
Yep.
and we're gonna do the Dragon while we're down there too.
That's a fun ride.
We're gonna put that in there. I think we're gonna be a few miles away from the Dragon, right?
Yeah, they said I think a half hour.
A half hour away from the Dragon. I can't be that close to the Dragon and not do it.
And not do it, absolutely.
If I come back from that, it's another story. Okay? So that's a must. That is a must.
Oh, definitely. We'll try and do that. I'm thinking, Friday morning. I think that's
Friday
what we
morning?
should do.
I'm thinking a half hour. That's not even a ride.
I
I go 2 hours on my bike just to get milk.
There you go.
To get breakfast.
Yeah.
So do I. No, I don't.
Oh,
Anyway.
This might be him calling from a
So,
landline.
what happened? He's trying from the landline?
Yeah.
All right, well, before he gets back.
Hello?
Dave, what's up?
You hear me, Brian?
Are you eating? Because I'm hungry. Someone's
It's
shooting in
just
my-
like hot dogs, only different.
So, Brian, can you hear us now?
He's gone.
All right, this isn't working with the phone with him.
restarted the iRig. Let me try it again.
Are you sure this is only a 1 hour program?
Yeah, no. With all the problems we have, sometimes it's 5 hours. This is why I get here at 4 o'clock sometimes.
John, you talk.
Yes, what's up?
Hey, guys, I'm sorry about that.
Okay, can you hear us
What's going on
now?
with my phone?
Okay, so tell us exactly what you guys are doing
I
down
lost
there.
you again.
All right, Mike, we're gonna have to kill this call because he's not working on his side.
You guys there?
Yeah, can you hear us now? Okay. All right. So anyway, so we're going down to North Carolina.
Yep. Yep.
Now, Soldier's Journey Home, man, is a great organization. How long have they been in for? You know?
I think about 8 years.
8 years?
I think it's about 8 years. Yeah.
And
You
we
go
got-
on the- if you
At
go on the
least
website-
8 years because he's been a board member for 8 years.
Yeah, that's what I guess what 8.
So there you go. So we're doing this next week. We're leaving here Wednesday.
You're leaving Wednesday night. I'm
Right.
going to try and leave Wednesday night, if not first thing Thursday morning.
Okay. So we're gonna head down to Boone County, and then we're gonna ride over to Wrecking Crew Harley Davidson, which we're gonna set up a show. No, nothing
No,
there.
that's where we're starting up.
We're starting a poker run there, and that's gonna go back to what's the other Harley Davidson called?
It's going to be in Wilkesboro.
In Wilkesboro. What's
Yep.
the name of
But
that
along
one?
the way, we're stopping. We're going to be stopping at. Hold on.
Don't be prepared. Don't be
I'm
prepared
trying to
for me.
text him. No, we're actually, it's Wrecking Crew Harley. Kickstands up at 11.
Right.
Then we're going to be going to a Barrett's Gun Shop.
Okay.
That's the first stop, second stop, technically.
Right.
Third stop is Blue Deer Cookies. Fourth stop.
I'm in for that one.
Then Peddling Pig, so you could actually
I'm in for that too.
push everything down with some barbecue.
There you go.
And then Crossroads Harley Davidson in Wilkesboro. And that's we're going to have live we're going to have music, giveaways, raffles, all kinds of stuff for that.
All right. Sounds like it's gonna be a great day. We had a great time last year.
I wish I wasn't busy.
We'd love if you were there. That would be awesome.
I think, it sounds like a great deal of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Too bad you're not going to be down that way. That would be cool.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's
I
only,
mean, it's next.
it's only a couple hours
It's a couple
for you.
weeks away.
Look, it's a couple weeks away. Maybe I can be there.
It's
What's
a week,
the date?
It's a week from this Saturday.
What's the date?
June
10th.
10th.
The 10th.
10th.
June 10th. I'm in Portland, Oregon.
There you go.
It's
Right
only
around
a
the
2-day
corner.
ride. 2-day ride.
Right around the corner from
It's
you.
a 2-day ride, Portland, Oregon.
Come by for lunch.
I will be in Portland, Oregon on June 10th.
Sounds like another iron button run for you.
Yeah, but there's only so many of them we actually count.
We'll give you a patch. Come on, we'll make our own. But it sounds
Speaking of
awesome.
making your own patches,
Good.
I'm going to give a plug here because I can, because the microphone's live, right?
Yeah.
My wife just bought a printing company.
Okay.
So anything you ever want printed, you give me a call and we'll get it printed and shipped out to you.
You got it.
Anything. Business cards. You need a label for a bottle like this one right here.
Right.
Or a poster like your Motorcycle Mayhem thing.
Mhm.
Or you need your car wrapped. Anything.
Wow.
That's
Anything.
Wow.
You need one of these cool patches that say my DD214 can kick your MBA's ass.
Right.
You get them for $10 on our website.
There you go.
I love it. What, is she out over there, Michael?
I'm sorry. Did somebody say Howard Stern in that corner?
Don't stay Howard Stern.
There's a lot of hand signals going on over
Oh
there.
my God! There's a whole little party over there in the corner over there. You know.
That's the secretaries for you.
So let's get back into you, Tony. Tell us
So-
a good story. Come on.
So here's a good story. 44th ride. By the way, this ride that I'm in the middle of right now is ride number 48
Okay.
in less than 5 years. Our 5th anniversary is July 2nd,
Okay.
and the goal is 50 rides and 500 families in 5 years.
Wow.
We have, I have personally met with 483 families so far to date.
Wow.
All over the country. I've been to every one of the states at least 4 times.
So there's not one state you haven't been in.
Well, I haven't been in Alaska and I haven't been in Hawaii.
They don't
But of the 48,
And,
and D.C., I've been to D.C. 6 or 7 times too.
wow.
So yeah, I've been all over the place. So here's the deal. I was on my 44th ride, and I had 600 miles in for the day, more or less, give or take.
Was it like lunchtime?
Yeah. The sun had just gone down. I was in southwestern Minnesota, and I went around a corner, and the trees broke in clearing, and I saw the lights of the town where I was going, and it was about 2 miles up. And this is difficult for you guys that live in the city, but when you live out in the country, you can see a town 5 miles away.
It's dark.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
dark
yeah,
when
the
you're
light-
out there,
the light
and
on it.
the lights will show up from 5 miles away. Anyway, so I was about 2 miles out from this town, so I hit the throttle a little bit harder, and I was going 70 miles an hour. When all I saw was the deer's rib cage come in contact with the headlight.
Wow. Wow.
Smash. Yeah, we went from 70 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour faster than you can snap your fingers. Just boom, right now.
Pulling that clutch and let it rip.
There was no time.
Yeah, wow.
There was no time for none of that stuff. I hit a deer at 70 miles an hour.
And you're sitting here in the studio. with us.
Totaled the bike. And I'm sitting here in the studio with you, yeah. So I did what everybody does.
Make venison?
Take pictures of it.
Cut the
What,
antlers.
you civilians.
Put the
I did
blood
what
on it.
everybody does. I called my buddy Head Dog, who lives in northern Indiana. He said, yeah, Head Dog, I hit a deer. He said, you hit a deer? He said, yeah. At 70? Yeah. And you lived? Yeah.
I think so.
And there was a little bit of a pause. And then he says, how many Gold Star families have you met with now? I said, about 450. He said, I guess you got about 450 guardian angels, don't you?
There you go.
I said, yes, I do. The motorcycle, I didn't even put the motorcycle down.
Wow.
But it's completely totaled.
Wow, that's luck, man. You
Bent the
definitely have
frame,
somebody
broke
with
the
you.
forks.
Didn't you say the body went through, like, to the...
All I saw was the rib cage hit the headlight. I didn't see any of the rest of the deer at all.
Ooh.
And you know the roll cage that goes around the engine?
Yeah.
it was pretzeled on both sides of the motorcycle.
Wow.
What kind of bike was it?
Ultra Classic, 2008. 2008 Ultra. Wow. The lowers were destroyed. The spotlights were destroyed. The blinkers were destroyed. The forks were broken on one side. The fender is unrecognizable.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so, and there was a great deal of deer shit on the back seat.
Oh, God.
Can I say that? Is the FCC listening?
You just said it.
You just did.
The real question was there any human shit on yours?
No time. No time. I just kept on going. And I was rolling, and, okay, first thing that happened was the motorcycle shaking all over the place. So I had regained control of the front of the motorcycle, and I did that. And as soon as I stopped the front wheel wobble, the first thought that went through my head was, holy fuck, I'm still alive. Because that's what you think after you...
Yeah, especially that.
Anyway, I said, well, I'm rolling. I'm going to keep rolling. And I just kept on going. I didn't accelerate anymore. I went 25 miles an hour for the last mile and a half because I had no idea what I was riding. I mean, the wheels could fall off at any moment.
Had no headlight.
I did have a headlight.
Really?
The headlight was the only light that continued to work. However, it was shining straight down at the ground. And I was so out of it with the sorts and stuff. I met a car on the road, and I actually hit the dimmer to dim the lights, and it was shining straight down on the road in front of the front. Anyway, part 2 of the story is, I did say this part about the sandstorm?
Yes.
Okay, so I was on my way back to Florida, right? I had gone out to, incidentally, I met a Gold Star dad in Arizona, Wilcox, Arizona. His son has the distinction of being the last Arizonan killed in action from Arizona. Wow. He's the last one from Arizona that was killed in action to date. And he asked me to stop and visit his son's gravesite when I made it to Arlington National Cemetery. He wasn't going to make it there. That's one of the pictures also. I don't know what you're doing with.
You were like bent down?
No, the one that's just me and some young lady. Yeah, if you put it up, you can see Mr. Conrad's name, Alexander Conrad, I think. Anyhow, I was on. And then he came out and rode with me. So he rode with me from Wilcox, Arizona, to Yuma, to Blythe, Arizona, over to L.A., San Diego, and back to Phoenix. And then he and I parted company, and I kept on going. Anyhow, I'm rolling across New Mexico, doing my thing, 70 miles an hour, U.S. Highway 60. I don't know how familiar you guys are with the roads in New Mexico.
Not.
Incidentally, U.S. Highway 60 in Arizona will change your life.
Really?
The canyons that it goes through will just change your life.
Wow.
I'll just tell you, it's the most beautiful canyon I think I've ever been through.
Really? Okay.
Not necessarily my favorite place in the world to ride, but the canyon on U.S. Highway 60 in Arizona is really breathtaking. Spectacular. Anywho, I'm in New Mexico now, and I'm going 70 miles an hour, and I'm tooling down the road, and it's one lane going each way. And I threw a code. You go, I'll know what that means, right? Sure. The computer said something's wrong with the engine, so we're not going to let you go very fast. So I could only go 20 miles an hour. Well, and so I stop on the side of the road. I try to fix it. I clear the code. I take off again. Boom. Throws the code within a couple of feet. Ugh. And I'm like, oh, crap. Well, let's look it up. Well, no signal. Okay, if I go to the town behind me, that's 25 miles and it's population 100.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
If I go to the town in front of me, that's 50 miles away and it's population 600. These are the things that I get to ride through that just make me laugh hysterically when people say there's too many people on Earth. Really? Take a couple of them out to New Mexico. 75 miles between towns on a major U.S. highway. 70. I stopped and looked around where I threw the code. I did a 360. I looked in a 360. There was nothing man-made that I could see. Nothing.
Wow.
Except the road I was standing on.
Wow. That must have been incredible.
Yeah, don't tell me we don't have enough room on the
That
planet.
must have been incredible.
Okay, so through code. Okay, now I'm going forward. I go 50 miles in limp mode, 20 miles an hour in limp mode, because the computer says there's something wrong with the engine, right? Computers only talk to the engine, maybe the transmission, I don't know, but primarily the engine. They're looking at fuel injectors and crankshaft positions and all that other goofy, stupid stuff. Anyway, 3.5 hours.
Sorry.
3.5 hours later, I make it to Fort Sumner, New Mexico. You guys can look this up. That's where Billy the Kid was buried.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. Town of 600 people.
Wow.
And I pull into the gas station there. Okay, my phone works. Let's get some help. All right, I get Alex on the phone. Alex is a local guy. Different from you.
Different Alex.
Different Alex. Alex says, I'll give you a tow anywhere you want to go, but you're not going to get that bike fixed anywhere near here. I said, all right, bring your trailer over. We'll get it towed out of here. He brings the trailer over, and before we put the motorcycle on the trailer, I said to him, it's really kind of funny. 2 blocks ago, which was right on the edge of town, the town was only 3 blocks long. 2 blocks ago, right at the edge of town, I felt like I hit a bump with the back wheel. But I'm only going 20 miles an hour. I didn't see it. I didn't see any rock. I didn't see a bump. I didn't see a hole in the road. And I didn't hit anything with the front wheel. And he says, let's check it out. And he lays down on the ground. And he crawls underneath my saddlebags for about 5 seconds. And he jumps back out and he grabs my hand and he puts some stuff in my hand. And I said, what the hell is that? He said, that's what's left of your rear wheel bearings.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Okay, a couple of you guys are thinking ahead in this story. You're going, hold on a second here. The rear bearings are gone. If you're going 70 miles an hour, the wheel falls off and there's a major crash on the highway.
Yeah.
So a couple of you guys are thinking ahead, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We load up the bike and he says, you want to go 100 miles south to Roswell or 175 miles east to Lubbock? And I said, next Gold Star family's in Lubbock. Let's go there. Mm-hmm. Down the road we go. We spent 4.5 hours in that truck together. We got to know each other pretty well. We got there and he donated the entire tow.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, do the math on that real quick. $2,900.
Really?
Wow.
Well, you got to pay for the tow to get back, right?
Yeah.
175 miles each way. 350-mile tow.
Wow.
Anyhow, we lock up the bike in front of the Harley dealer, go to the hotel. They call me next morning. What are we doing with this motorcycle? I said, well, you're going to fix the rear wheel bearings, and you better fix the front ones too, because if you got one bad, the other one's bad too, or it's not far off. And you're going to fix the code.
Yeah.
You're going to find the code and you're going to fix it. And he said, okay, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to go hang out with the Gold Star family. So I spent 3.5 hours hanging out with the Gold Star family. We got to see the Veterans Monument in Lubbock, Texas, which was a marvelous, fascinating, wonderful place. Big, huge things like 2 football fields, and it's just really spectacular. And her son's name is engraved in the wall as one of the fallen heroes of our nation.
Right.
So after 3.5 hours of that, we go back to the Harley dealership. And my motorcycle's sitting outside in the parking lot. And I walk up to the service manager and I say, bike's outside. What's going on? He said, oh, yeah, it's done. I said, it's done. Great. What'd you do? He said, well, we put in new rear wheel bearings, just like you asked us. And we put in new front wheel bearings, just like you asked us. And there was a screw missing from the transmission cover. So we put a new screw in the transmission cover for you. He said, well, that's more cosmetic than anything else. And he said, yeah, that's right. I said, okay. What about the code? He said, what code? I said, there was a code made me go 50 miles, 20 miles an hour. There's a code. And then he said, no, there was no code. I said, the computer keeps a history. Did you look at the computer's history? Yes, we looked at the computer's history. There was no code.
Wow.
So we refer to that as the guardian angel code.
So you were forced to ride slow because of the bearings.
No, because the computer does not talk to the bearings.
Well, I know, but your guardian angel.
The guardian angel stepped in,
right?
Made it happen exactly. So I left Lubbock and I rode all the way across Oklahoma, all the way to Tulsa, doubled back, came down through Dallas, Fort Worth, Teague, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, rode over to Houston, Splendora, Texas, Shreveport, Louisiana, Pensacola, Florida, all the way to Orlando. Jeez. And then I left the bike there, flew back to Minnesota. Oh, and then there was a bike donated to us. The Gold Star mom I met in Dallas gave us a motorcycle. That's the red, white, and blue motorcycle Howard Stern. Just trying to get your attention.
Squirrel.
Anyway, I'll get back to that motorcycle in just a second. But I flew to Minneapolis, spent a couple days there. Then I flew to Texas, got on the red, white, and blue motorcycle, rode that to Dayton, Ohio, flew back to Minnesota, flew to Dayton, rode the red, white, and blue motorcycle in a poker run for 2 days, and then flew from there to Orlando, got back on the Street Glide, and rode it from Orlando, Florida to Minneapolis, waited 2 days, and then did the ride to D.C. that I've already talked about.
Wow.
And then I rode it here, and it still has not thrown that code again.
There you go. Wow.
How many miles are on it?
How many miles are on what?
On the bike.
On the bike itself?
Yeah.
Total miles, I think, is 44,000. I bought it with 30,000 in December to replace the bike that hit the deer.
Wow.
So, yeah, as long as we're saying this stuff, I met a Gold Star mom in Frisco, Texas, northern suburb of Dallas. And we're sitting and talking for a little while, and she's telling me all about her son and her life. And she herself was a 20-year Navy veteran. She's retired United States Navy.
Nice.
Right.
Her son chose to join the Marine Corps. And her son ponied up his life for all of us in August of 2011. In 2013, she went to a Harley dealership and bought a brand spanking new Switchback and drove it from the Harley dealership to the airbrush factory, or what, the person who did the airbrush work. And they airbrushed that motorcycle. I don't know if the pictures are showing up or not, but it's red, white, and blue motorcycle, complete with 3 airbrushed images of her son on each of the saddlebags at different stages in his life. So there's like a toddler, a teenager, and a guy in uniform. Wow. And then on the other side, there's a toddler, teenager, and a guy in uniform. And one side is the khakis and one side is the dress blues. Anyway, she said she didn't ride the motorcycle and she wanted to donate it to our charity. So I flew down there to get it, and that thing had 2,500 miles on it when I picked it up.
Wow.
So that is our new parade bike and our motorcycle show bike, because that thing is just beautiful. Yeah, those pictures do not show it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it in person, the airbrushing on the flag portion, the white stripes on the flag are in 2 or 3 different colors, so it really looks like it's waving. It looks like it's
moving. Yeah.
It looks like it's moving.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a really, really awesome paint job that's done on that bike, and I'm forever indebted to Becky Nelson for donating that.
That's
to us.
incredible.
And we're going to make sure that it always is in commemoration of her son's life, which is one of the, I don't know if there's a plaque underneath the license plate that says who it's dedicated to and when he died.
Wow, that's incredible.
Pretty
Well, we're going to come back with more with Tony Price. We are going to go to commercial. We'll be right back after these messages.
There are so many awesome bike rallies all over this great country, which you can find at cyclefish.com. Check out cyclefish.com for a full schedule of events. Cyclefish.com. Please go to cyclefish.com for all the details.
Riding a motorcycle is freedom to do what you want, where you want. Should you get hurt, No Fault doesn't provide the same benefits an auto policy does. Combined Insurance at Chubb Company can provide emergency cash on top of your coverage for $15 a month. Call Bill Adams at 631-463-8981.
Henry's Pizza, the official pizzeria of Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. With their delicious pizza, appetizers, and dinners, check out their restaurant at 6214 Jericho Turnpike in Comac. Give them a call, 631-462-8000, or check out their website, henryspizzacomac.com.
Micro Pro Lids Helmets. We have America's favorite baseball hat helmets for riders. Accessorize your cap to enjoy the freedom, the open road, the wind on your face, and listen to the sweet familiar rumble of your bike. It looks cool on you when you wear it. Light in weight and easy to carry anywhere with you on the ride. Choose your baseball hat helmets for riders. We have 3 designs: baseball hat in matte black, baseball hat in black gloss, and our baseball hat in white gloss. So what are you waiting for? Get yours now. Contact us now at 817-478-0497 or email us at info@microlid.com. Let's start your journey today.
Welcome to 1940s. Behind me are two 20-barrel fermenters that are part of our production room. Currently, we're transferring Drinkin' with Lincoln, a collaboration with Spider Bite Brewing Company, who is on Lincoln Avenue just south of us. When you come into our tasting room, our bartender will offer you a selection of 15 different beers in crowlers, cans, and growlers to go, or you can sit down and enjoy the tasting room experience. You can get flights and pints also. We have plenty of food for you to eat, and chips, pizza, pretzels, and Wednesday through Saturday, we have a food truck available. So come on down and enjoy a real good experience. And we're located at 1337 Lincoln Avenue, unit number 1 in Holbrook, New York, located right off of Vets Highway.
Strip Club Choppers. Bikes, accessories, clothing, parts, and apparel. Strip Club Choppers, a uniquely American company. Strip Club Choppers, coming to a town near you. For additional info, visit stripclubchoppers.com.
There are so many ways to TGIF. Date night or late night, make it a great night. How you Fridays is up to you. How much fun you have. Let us take care of that. Introducing Happy Every Hour. All day, everyday drink specials. Only at Fridays.
If you need a banner made or some t-shirts made or some sweatshirts, Wayne Blast is your guy. Check out Wayne Blast Customs on Facebook or go to his website, wayneblast.com, or give him a call at 631-643-3333. Wayne Blast is your man. All right, we are back live on Motorcycle Man Radio. If Alex don't destroy the studio over there, guy comes in yelling, screaming. He's so loud, interrupting us all night, knocking things over.
They had to throw him out of the building twice.
Yeah,
And they fit the first time.
Exactly, man. So, Mike, put that picture up for me. I just told you about. You have a great weekend coming up, guys. Right? Oh, actually.
Oh.
Mr. Irish Pat knows about this over here.
What's that?
We got Legacy of a Beast, Mistress of Evil.
Yes.
These girls rock. They do all the best of Ozzy and Dio and Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Mistress of Evil, amazing band. They performed that at the breast cancer run.
Right.
That even though it was a low turnout because of the weather, but still everybody showed up.
It was a great turnout. It was a great turnout.
It was a great turnout for the event, and they put on such a great show. And this is going to be a good show. Because you got Legacy of the Beast, and you got Red Hot, which is an all-female Motley Crue band.
Okay.
So that's going to be a good time. So definitely.
Where are they playing?
They are playing at the Warehouse.
The Warehouse.
Over 203 Broadway, Amityville. It's $20 at the door. Doors open at 6:30.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to make that. I should be back from the city by then.
I'm going to be there.
Because I'm going into the city late morning, early afternoon.
What night is this?
Mistress of
Saturday?
Evil.
This Saturday, yes.
Sounds hot.
It does.
Yes,
we gotta
it does.
see them.
Absolutely.
That's going to be a good show. So I'm looking forward to that. You know,
that will be a good show. It's going to be a good show.
If you like Ozzy and Black Sabbath, man, they rock that stuff.
They are awesome.
We got Diane Perry singing. She does a great job, too.
Yes, she does.
She really does a good job. Well, we got Dawn on drums.
Dawn on drums.
I'm not sure the other ones.
I think Scott Arena is part of them.
Scott
too.
Arena plays bass.
He plays bass for everybody.
He's a great guy.
Scott's cool. Scott's good people.
Does a lot of voiceovers, too.
Yes, he does.
He was part of a lot of radio shows and stuff. He was actually in the studio hanging out with us one night.
I think it was. Yeah. Also, we saw each other. It's like Scott. It's like I'd see
You like Scott?
But check them out, guys.
Absolutely.
Legacy of a Beast, Red Hot, and Mistress of Evil, playing in Amityville at the Warehouse.
Yes.
What time does that show start?
Show starts at 6:30.
How do you get tickets for that show?
Nice and early.
Just go get them right at the door. It's $20 at the
That's
door.
it?
That's
All
it.
right.
Awesome.
Check them out, man. Awesome stuff, guys.
Cool.
What else you got, Pat?
What else I got? This is something that you would absolutely enjoy.
The Okay. clap.
It is
A teriyaki steak?
You're close. From June 23rd to June 25th, it is the 13th annual Rock, Ribs, and Ridges Festival over at Sussex County Fairgrounds, 37 Plains Road, Augusta, New Jersey. It's basically they cook ribs. It's a ribs competition.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, I've been to one of those, man. No, that really is interesting stuff. You pay like $5 and they give you like 5 tickets. And with those 5 tickets, there's like 30 different rib places. So you can only pick 5, but if you want more tickets, you got to buy more tickets. And then you vote for the ones you think are the best. Ribs.
They got ribbers like all across the country coming into this thing. They got some from Dallas, Texas.
I'm a ribber. No, you're a rubber. Get out of here.
True story.
And the thing is, some of the music, it's like if you like your Southern country rock kind of feel, some of the bands they're going to have there is Blackberry Smoke, Samantha Fish, which I was checking some videos out on her. She's pretty cool.
It fits the...
it fits the environment.
Yes,
Definitely
it
fits the
That's
show.
a 3-day event?
It's a 3-day event.
Wow.
It's you got Preacher Stone, which is, again, Southern rock feel, and being featured on Saturday.
Preacher Stone?
Preacher Stone.
They wear our shirt when they play a lot, when they go out there.
And being featured on the 24th is the Devon Allman Project, who is the son of Greg Allman. So he'll be doing a lot of Allman's Brothers project music. He'll be doing his own music, and again, it's all that same feel.
Well, Motorcycle Mayhem's personal friends with Michael Allman, if you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
We have done a lot of work. You know Michael Allman, right? Greg Allman's son.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I've never met him.
I met him. We actually went to Florida, and we did Motorcycle Mayhem, and Michael Allman was the guest.
That's very cool.
Oh, that's cool.
It was his show.
I think I remember that story, yeah.
We had a good time.
And headlining is 38 Special.
Oh, I love 38 Special, man.
Can't
so
go
yeah,
wrong with that.
that's what I'm saying. So it's a great. So if you definitely like the Southern rock, it's a great time.
All right.
And you get to eat.
I don't consider 38 Special really Southern rock.
No,
though,
but
right?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
They're kind of in that field. They're kind of in that field.
It's like a feel-good band, you know?
I tell you, though, 3 days of rib eating, that's like artery
Can you
clogger.
imagine the shit you take after that, Chris?
Oh, man.
Why you gotta look at me? You're the one on the John all the time.
And just for those of you who are interested, for the general admission tickets, it's $40 for Friday, $55 on Saturday and Sunday. If you want to get a 3-day pass, it's $130, which isn't too crazy, honestly.
And it's finger licking good.
It's finger. You can do, and if you go on the website, they got RVs. You can do some parking there and some campsites. So you can make a whole weekend out of it if you want to.
Nice.
Just check out their website.
Excellent stuff, man.
Any more information on there is at their website, rockribsandridges.com. Their phone number is 973-882-8240. And that's what's happening.
So what do you got there, Mr. Chris Beckins?
What do I got? Well, we got a mess of stuff going on. We just did the wreaths, the flag placement on Saturday morning with Long Island Debate and a lot of the veterans organizations out of Calvert National. It was a pretty awesome showing. We were done in 20 minutes, a half hour. So we had a ton of flags put out there, a lot of volunteers. It was actually awesome. It's one of the only times of the year when every grave gets a placement, which not everything happens like that when we do wreaths, unfortunately. So this is great. It was good. It as we all know, the veterans, they paid the price, to get us to where we are today.
Absolutely.
So it's our time to remember them and, give them honorable mention and go through the day. And like you say, it's not about barbecues.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. So then after that, we had a great barbecue. Speaking of barbecues, and then Sunday we had the street fair, which was amazing. Great time. We got some pictures there, which Michael's probably on eventually. And
Michael's in another world. He pulled in that clutch today, man. That was it.
Absolutely.
He's in love.
Michael's in love.
Yeah, love with a W. But yeah, actually, you were there with the street fair. We had a great time. We had a decent turnout.
We had a snake.
A lot of people. Yeah, well, you had the snake. You
Okay.
definitely had the snake.
Okay.
I know I heard you were feeling a little insecure about it because,
green.
It was bigger than you.
It was green. What is that? It's a dog. It's a fucking snake. What do you think it is? Right?
Yeah, no, it was a great time. Josephine and I were out there. Patrick was out there. We had definitely a decent showing.
Yeah.
We spread the awareness and stuff and talk to people about who we are and what we do. It was really good. What we got coming up, though, is what's really important. We got, first of all, we got our bike night this week, right?
That's right.
That's
We have a
Thursday.
Thursday night.
What
And
time?
TGI Fridays in Westbury on Merrick Avenue at 6:30 to 9:30 on Thursday. This Thursday coming up on June 3rd.
Right. I believe Josephine and Patrick are doing the tent. I'll be in Florida.
You'll be in Florida, okay.
All right. Then what we got following after that, the week after I return, is our annual Veterans Appreciation Run. This is a not-to-be-missed event. This is awesome. We're going from the Riverhead Elks to the Southampton Elks after a ride over the Jordan Herder Bridge, which is unfortunate. He's a soldier that was killed in the line of. And they dedicated the bridge to him, and every year they line the bridge with flags, and we ride over the bridge in his honor. Life to date, our organization's raised $1.1 million for Long Island veterans. So we hope to, definitely
awesome.
add to that well
That's
this
excellent.
year.
That
Yeah,
is
it's awesome.
excellent.
We have 3 benefactors that match everything we make. So it's really
that's
great.
cool.
So $20 is 80.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome. And what better cause? You know what I mean? The veterans don't get enough from us here in the States.
That's good.
Where is
So-
that bridge located?
Southampton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jordan Herder Bridge.
Awesome stuff, man.
Yeah, it's really great. That's a must-see event. And then what's really cool is at the end, the Southampton Elks, you're going to love this part, they have hot dogs and hamburgers. But they also do a Flag Day ceremony,
Okay.
which, as Josephine can attest, to anybody else who's been there who's never been to a Flag Day ceremony, it is amazing. The facts and the whole story and the situation with the flag, and it's awesome.
Wow.
It's great. So it's a double
must be
win
an amazing
because
thing.
the Elks win because we're there. We packed out the studio for them.
There you go.
For the event, and then we had a great showing as well. So it was awesome. Last year we only had 65 bikes because it was pouring rain out.
Yeah, well, I can imagine.
But 65 bikes in a pouring rain isn't bad when you're police escort.
No.
No. We went right through all of it.
Not at all.
It was awesome.
Not at all.
So we're looking to do good with that again this year, and hopefully last year we did 100,000. Year before was 160. So if we can get anywhere in between there, it'd be great.
Yeah, you'll do it, man. Awesome stuff, Chris. You got anything else?
We'll talk about it next week. I got some other stuff coming on. We got our camp out coming out on August 26th. And then we got the Wounded Warriors Amputee Softball, which is now called the USA Patriots.
Okay.
They're coming in July. That's another must-see event. These guys are awesome. They're all amputee veterans, and they go across the country, and they do, like, kid camps and stuff for awareness. And they also, it's like a self-help thing where, kids with amputees, they show them that life without limbs is limitless.
True.
That's their motto.
Excellent.
And these guys are amazing. They come from all over the country. They're all volunteers. They do it on their own time. I mean, even Mateus from Suffolk County PD, he's double amputee, and he's a Suffolk County police officer, and he's on the team, and he plays. It's great. You got to watch these guys.
Wow.
We'll have more on that later, but
Awesome
that's
stuff.
where we're at.
All right, man. Hey, guys, if you know our friend Gary Michaels, we got a friend named Gary Michaels. He is a hypnotist comedian. The only biker hypnotist comedian. This guy's amazing what he does. Check out his Facebook page. Go to Gary Michaels, okay? Check him out. You'll love his work. He's going to be on the High Seas Rally this year. The High Seas Rally, it's a cruise ship, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's a bike rally on a cruise ship. How
I'm familiar with it.
You are familiar with that rally?
I am.
Well, this year's October 28th to November 4th.
It's a hell of a cruise.
Yeah, they're leaving out of Tampa Bay, going to Key West, Cozumel, and Costa Maya. It's going to be an awesome time. It's
That's
the world's
awesome.
only motorcycle rally on the cruise ship. Check it out, man. Go on their Facebook page. Get on that ship. Go ahead.
No, I just want to give a shout out to Troy from Keystone Abate, or Abate as they say in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Him and his boys are out there watching today. They got a bunch of them in the shop.
Go look for it, Mike.
Not for nothing, but we call it A-bait in Minnesota,
A-bait.
too.
Yeah. We're the only ones that say Abate because we're lazy. You guys like to be Abate. But, it's great stuff. They're cool. So they were up there watching.
Awesome. What's up, A-Bait? What's going on?
Can you hold this in front of the camera?
John, just real quick, too. If anybody's out there. Okay. If anybody's out there in the North Carolina area for that Boone County run we're doing, we want a big turnout for that.
Right.
Anybody know any clubs out there? Please, we'll put the
Check it
flyer out and share that because we really like to get a good turnout for that down
Absolutely.
that way.
All
Some
right.
of the guys that I was riding with across the country came from North Carolina.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Maybe you can get that flyer to them.
I know some people. I'll make some calls.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right. Let's go back to Tony Price for another story quick before we end the show. So, what do you got? You got an awesome book there.
Well, first of all, there's a book.
Yeah.
So if you like the way I tell the stories, there's a lot of them in the book.
Okay.
A lot of them are not in the book because the book was written before I experienced them.
Okay.
For example, this is one of the stories.
Okay.
I don't know if does this thing show up on the camera? Can you tell what we're talking about here?
Yeah.
This might very well be the original Easy Rider helmet.
Really?
It might be. I don't know. It's from the 60s.
Really?
Yeah. And what happened was I left Minneapolis without my helmet. And I don't wear a helmet unless I have to.
Right.
And I didn't have to until West Virginia. So I left Minneapolis. I got to go through Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio before I had to put the helmet on.
Oh, man.
Well, I got to northern Indiana, and I said, oh, shit, I forgot my helmet. So I called a friend down by Dayton in Brookville. I called a friend and I said, I forgot my helmet. Can you? His son works for Buckeye Harley Davidson in Dayton, Ohio. Okay. I said, see if you can snatch one of the helmets that they use for test rides so I can have a helmet on the road. And I called him back an hour later. He said, yeah, we got your helmet. And I think they were trying to play a joke on me.
Really?
This thing fits like skin. I got to stretch it way out to get it on over. I don't need this at all. I don't need the strap at all. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a joke. So here's the story I want to tell you. The first half of the story is in the book. Second half is a follow-up, so it's not in the book. But the part of the story that is in the book, in 2018, I was on this nasty ride. I averaged 307 miles a day, 7 days a week for 8 weeks without a break.
Wow.
Okay, 307 miles a day, 7 days a week without a break.
Is
That was the average.
Does that number mean something to you?
It's just numbers.
Okay.
Doesn't really mean anything to me. I just kept going. Okay, the last family that I met was a Gold Star mom who lost her son. I met him in the third week of August.
All right.
So it was 2 weeks after her 93rd birthday. Wow. He was killed 50 years earlier on Easter Sunday. Wow. So it was like 50 years and 3 months, or 50 years and 4 months since her son was killed in Vietnam. Okay? Wow. So the visit was awesome. There was a whole bunch of people there. I think there was like 20, 30 people there. It was pretty cool. Interesting side note, the way I remember the story is the son signed up, her oldest boy signed up for the Air Force in Vietnam, and he served 2.5 years out of a 3-year term before he was killed, and his younger brother signed up to finish it.
Really?
So
That's very interesting.
So the younger brother went to finish the
Wow.
they were he signed up for 3 years. He didn't do 3 years. Anyway, the other brother was sitting across the table from me when we were visiting with them in their backyard, and he told a story about what it was like to be a short timer in Vietnam. In his unit, not in all the units, but in a lot of units, they had this ritual in Vietnam. The short timer was presented with a bottle of Seagram's VO.
Okay.
Because that was very specific, because the Seagram's VO in the 60s, it had a red, white, and blue ribbon on the neck of the bottle, just a little ribbon on the neck of the bottle. And what the short timer have to do is take a pull off the bottle and then hand it to somebody else in the unit. Whoever he handed it to had to take a pull and give it back to him. And then he had to take another one before he could hand it off again. So the result of this was the short timer drank half a bottle of Seagram's VO. And then they would carefully remove that little red, white, and blue label off the neck of the bottle and pin it to his uniform.
Oh, okay.
And then everybody knew, hey, he's a short timer. We got to do a little bit more to protect him or something.
That is awesome.
So that part of the story is in the book.
Okay.
So then that was in South Dakota, about 400 miles from my home in Minnesota. And I started in Wall, South Dakota. I rode 6.5 hours to get there. And we spent 3.5 or 4 hours together. And then I got on my motorcycle and I said, there's no place for me to go but home. So I pointed the motorcycle home and I didn't stop till I got there.
Wow.
So I got home at about 2:30 in the morning. Ooh. And I was tired, but it was time for me to be home, okay? So we all understand that part of it. So a couple months later, I'm completely unrelated. One of the guys in the neighborhood that knows me, we're friends with, at least acquaintances with a lot of people who live in the neighborhood where I live. One of these guys calls me up on the phone and he says, hey, Tony, I understand you like whiskey. I said, yeah, I'm a big fan. I have some single malt on the bike right now. He says, well, I was cleaning out my mother-in-law's attic. She passed away and we had to clean out her house. And I was cleaning out her attic and I found 2 bottles of whiskey. Would you like them?
Oh, yeah.
I said, oh, yeah. No.
I'm not going to say no.
Not going to say no to that. No.
Probably
He didn't even bother to say hi and greet me and talk to me. He just put them in a brown paper bag and set them at my door.
Nice.
So that was that. And then I carefully carried them into the house and I said, well, I can't wait to see what they are. And I reached into there and I pulled the first one out and it was Seagram's VO from 1968.
Wow.
And I pulled out the second one. It was Seagram's VO from 1971. Both of them still had the red, white, and blue ribbons on the labels.
That's incredible.
2 months later, I was invited to go back out to South Dakota to participate in a poker run with this group of guys called the Old Cronies. They like to get together and do a poker run and a handful of other things that they do to raise money. And then on Labor Day weekend, they all go out to Hot Springs, South Dakota, where the South Dakota Veterans Home is, and they present 100% of the money that they raise to the Veterans Home, and then the Veterans Home uses it to like take people fishing and hunting and stuff that they don't have in their regular budget.
Right.
Interesting side note, there was a problem at the Veterans Home where the guys didn't like to take a shower, so they used the money to buy a TV to put it in the shower room. Now they can't get the guys out of the shower. Anyway, so I went out there with those guys to do a poker run in June. So this is August. We're started in August. Now we're all the way back around to June. And I rode out there in June to do the poker run with them. And at the end of the poker ride, everybody that was there's probably 30, 40 guys that were on this little poker run. I mean, this is Aberdeen, South Dakota. It's a small town. Everybody's in the same garage. Everybody's sitting around drinking and enjoying. And, hey, it was a great ride and all that stuff. And I looked over and I saw Daryl sitting over there, and he's the guy who told me that story.
Wow.
And I said, Daryl, I have something for you.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, oh, really? What do you got? And I pulled out that bottle, and he melted.
Wow.
He was gone.
That's amazing.
He was in.
It's like a full circle.
The tears, the joy, the pain, everything all rolled up into one. And then, of course, he had to do it again. Crack that bottle open and take the first pull and pass it around. And we all drank that bottle of whiskey with him that night. I don't think he stopped crying for 2 hours.
Wow, that's powerful.
And that whiskey was just as shitty as it ever has been.
Just like Jack in the Box, right?
I don't know. We don't have Jack in the Box in Minnesota. So.
Oh, man, you guys are deprived out there, man. We don't have it here no more either.
You know what else we don't have? We don't have Waffle House. Do you have Waffle House here?
Not here, no.
Closest we got is IHOP.
Denny's.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing close to Waffle House.
No.
I'm sorry. Dinner and a show.
True story.
If it don't smell like puke, you're not in a Waffle House.
Something like that. Something like that. Anyway, that was so the second half of that story where I went back and presented the bottle is not in the book, but the first half that we learned about the story is. I'll take it a step farther. The second bottle, because I got two. The second bottle, I ended up going to Loveland, Colorado to see a Gold Star family. It was 2 sisters and a brother, and they had lost their oldest brother in Vietnam. So, again, 50, 55 years before I got there, they had lost their older brother. And I said, well, what can you tell me about him? Nothing. I can tell you the day that he died. That's all I can tell you.
Wow.
And I get out there, and I stopped at an American Legion in Loveland, Colorado, and a whole bunch of guys just came out of the woodwork. We ended up riding with like 35 bikes over to their house to park in front of their driveway. And we're all standing out in the driveway right at the edge of the street and stuff. And I really have, when I go visit a Gold Star family, and this is probably what a lot of the listeners right now are trying to, what's he do? There's no schedule. There's no pomp, circumstances. There's no ceremony. We just do whatever. While we're there, my job as the Gold Star Ride Foundation is to remember the fallen hero and make sure that the family knows that at least we, for the time that we're there, are going to help make sure that they know that their fallen hero did not die in vain.
Right.
Incidentally, with the dying in vain thing, hot dogs on Memorial Day are just fine. They're just fine. Yeah. Now, granted, Memorial Day is not about hot dogs.
No.
It's about something else. But if you're going to have hot dogs on Memorial Day, that's just fine. Because I have never met anybody who signed up for the military so that you could be miserable in your life.
Right.
They all sign up so that your life will be better. And that includes hot dogs on Memorial Day. Or pizza with chili that's just like a hot dog, only different. Anyway, so we had 30 people out there with us in Loveland, Colorado when I stopped in to see that Gold Star family. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anything about their brother.
Right.
I wasn't able to find, the only thing I was able to find out is that on the day he died, there were 148 skirmishes in Vietnam that day. There were 148 different actions going on. So it was very, very difficult to find anything. I didn't know anything about. Never met them before. So, they called me and said, can you stop by? And that's all. So we're all standing around. So I told them all the story about the Seagram's VO and what they would do. And I presented that second bottle to that family. And they said, we need to go inside the house and drink this. And it was like 90 degrees outside that day anyway. And they said, let's go inside. It's air conditioned. Let's go inside. And so we were inside, and they started passing that stuff around. And the brother and two sisters, right? The brother comes up to me and he says, my mother made scrapbooks for us. And me and each of my sisters have one of these scrapbooks, and they're all about my brother. And I said, have you not ever read one? And they said, no, I never opened the cover. Jeez. So scrapbook is this thick.
Wow.
It's 3 inches thick scrapbook. And I said, can I see one? And they bring it to me, and, I'm sipping on this nasty whiskey at the same time, and I open up the cover. And the very first thing that's in there is a letter signed by Lyndon Johnson.
Really?
Ooh. Wow.
Commemorating the gallantry in the field of battle.
Wow.
Open up the second page, signed by a 2-star general. Third page, signed by the Secretary of Defense. This guy won every award available to the military except the Medal of Honor. And I said, you've never looked at this? Said, we don't need to remember your brother. We need to erect a statue on the edge of town in his likeness.
Right.
And I helped him uncover a few things and create a few phone numbers so they could call and get the ball rolling to make that happen. Because first of all, according to the letters that were already written, he won the Medal of Honor.
Right.
And he can still be awarded that posthumously.
Really?
So I said George Washington was not made a 6-star general until 1976.
Oh, okay.
One of only 2 generals to make it to that level.
Interesting.
What's that? When it's time, when you honor somebody, as a matter of fact, most Medal of Honor winners win it posthumously. Most do, because they died doing whatever.
Yeah.
We're very, very fortunate when we have a Medal of Honor winner who's not dead, because then they get to make themselves available to the public.
Right.
And the public has somebody that can look up to.
Okay.
Particularly young people. Because the gallantry involved with winning not winning. You don't win in a Medal of Honor.
Earning.
Being awarded a Medal of Honor, the gallantry involved in that is nothing short of earth-shaking. Well, and in fact, what this guy did, he took a small arms fire to the belly, and the commander of his unit took a small arms fire to the leg, and he put his own body on top of his commander so that his commander would not receive a fatal injury. Wow. And it cost him his life doing that.
Wow.
The commander ended up dying anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but that's like, if somebody throws a grenade in here, one of us jumps on it.
Probably
right?
Chris.
That would be you?
It'd be Chris.
It would be Chris.
Yeah.
You don't move that fast.
That's the kind of thing. If somebody threw a grenade in here and somebody jumped on it, pounced on it, and smothered the blast with their belly, they're not going to live through that. But everybody else gets to.
Thanks, Alex.
That's why you're ready to run, right?
Johnny's got shrapnel in his ass.
I'm shocked.
Unless you flip a cheeseburger right next to it.
Even then, he's like a dog. You
Again,
the floor.
I'm in a room filled with civilians.
You
Yeah, it's very difficult to be able to put into words these kind of things that are regular conversation pieces for veterans. It's very difficult to put them into words that make sense to civilians.
Sure.
I mean, I'm doing my best.
You're doing a great job.
But it is yeah. See, if I was with a group of veterans, there wouldn't have been a single laugh when I said you throw your body on that grenade.
Absolutely. Right. You're right.
But everybody here did.
I would try. With my back, I don't know if I can get up quick enough. I think you'd beat me.
Sure. Well, as long as we save the helmet.
That's right.
As long as we save the helmet.
Well, Tony, how do you get your book? How do you get your book?
Go to goldstarride.org. Click on the link that says buy the book, and we'll get one sent out to you. They're $20.
Great stories.
The book is $20. There's a handful of other things. Raffle tickets to win a $25,000 electric glide.
Yeah.
You can buy one of those online as well, or you can just make a donation just because you're feeling generous. There's all sorts of different stuff. Oh, not for nothing, but we have our annual laugh ride coming up.
Mhm.
Our laugh ride this year, we've decided to go back to 1,000 miles. So we're going to do 508 miles and have lunch, and then do 508 miles to get back home.
Wow.
In a day.
From where to where?
From Minneapolis, someplace in Minneapolis, to someplace about 100 miles south of Kansas City.
Wow.
That will be the last Saturday in June. So here's the way that works. You sign up for the people who do sign up. Their picture will go on the website, and if you want to support that person, then you click on their face, and then you can make a donation in their name. So everybody who rides has to raise $500.
Oh, okay.
So that's why all of that plays.
Do you think, Chris? Do you think that 1,000 miles in the Midwest is different than 1,000 miles here in the East Coast?
Absolutely.
I mean that.
I don't even know why you would ask such a question.
Because it's got.
Listen,
tough
I
here, man.
rode here today from Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
I never left the city.
Oh, I know.
I was in. The closest I came to leaving the city was when I was a mile and a half out of town there.
Well,
Before I got here.
Well, you're getting there's a lot of lot lizards where you're staying tonight. All right.
Thanks. I know I have that to look forward to.
Hey, you got White Castle next door, so.
Yeah, it's just like a hot dog, only different, right?
Exactly.
Tony's gonna be like, man, I am so tired. He's gonna lay in bed and. Excuse me, you want some love?
Not gonna happen. I'm confident that that's
Why
not
is
gonna
there
happen.
mirrors on the ceiling in this place? Right?
My eyes will be closed.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna notice.
You don't want to look at them anyway.
No,
You're okay.
I don't want to look at
Tony,
them
man,
anyway.
I gotta thank you again for the third year in a row.
Nice.
Third year in a row.
Coming to our show on Memorial Day.
So there you go. Everybody listen. This is what I managed to pull off for Motorcycle Mayhem on Memorial Day.
Yes.
They usually didn't do a show.
We did not.
Until I showed up.
Yeah,
Until I showed up and said, do a damn show, buddy.
we were like 3 years ago. I'm like, yeah, no. Everyone's asking, we're doing a show. I'm like, no, we're off. Well, I got a phone call. I'm coming in on Memorial Day. You know that, right? Like, we're doing a show.
No choice. Yeah, I remember that.
But you know what? It's well worth it, and to have you in the studio on Memorial Day means a lot to all of us.
Oh, it's absolutely awesome.
And
it's great to be here.
It's awesome what you do, and you really have those guardian angels following you around. You deserve them for what you do.
Thank you.
Your stories are amazing. Check out his book again. How do you get it?
goldstarride.org.
So check out his book and nail it.
And watch for the sequel.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody listening from the Midwest, we're going to do a Vietnam Veterans Ride the last Wednesday in June. We're going to ride from Minneapolis to Lake Okoboji, Iowa.
Where?
I know what you're thinking. What the hell is that? It's about 175 miles each way. Lake Okoboji is this really neat little place in northwestern Iowa, not too awful far from where John Wayne was born.
Okay.
And there will be a contingent of about 100 Vietnam veteran bikers there.
Wow.
So we're just going to ride down in the morning. We're going to have lunch with them. And then we have a police escort around the lake. And that will be about a 40-minute ride with the police escort around the lake. And then we're going to say our goodbyes, and we're going to head back to Minneapolis, 175 miles back home. So
Excellent. All right.
350 miles on the day,
Oh, wow.
and lunch with 100 Vietnam vet bikers.
That's cool.
Talk about some tough sons of bitches.
You got information on that?
It's on the website.
Is there a website?
On the website, goldstarride.org. Yeah, talk about some tough sons of bitches.
That's cool.
Good stuff, Tony.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show with us again. We love having you here. But was this your third time or the
This is the third that I remember.
Yeah, you remember? You got that whiskey with you, I know. But I hope you have a
It
safe
seems
trip.
like a lot more, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, right? You have a safe trip for the rest of your journey that you're doing. And we
Thank
wish you
you.
luck. And we're looking forward to next Memorial Day having you back in the studio.
You know, it'd be all right with me if you had a couple shows in between now and then.
You can call anytime you want.
You just go ahead and do your broadcast. You don't have to shut down the studio till I get back.
Next Memorial Day. Also, guys, don't forget to check out Wayne Blast, who does all our banners and stuff like that, and our shirts and all that stuff. Okay? So Wayne Blast, check him out at WayneBlast.com or go to his Facebook, Wayne Blast Customs on Facebook. So check him out. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, Tony, you rock.
Definitely awesome.
Man,
Thank
awesome
you.
that you come in, man.
It's crazy.
And I
Thank
hope
you.
I hope you get out of that place tomorrow morning safely. No, wait. Yeah.
He's talking about White Castle.
You got that White Castle.
You remember before the show started when I looked around and said, "You guys are all civilians. I don't think there's enough of you to have me outnumbered."
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that hotel.
Okay. You're good. All right. Thank you for coming in there, brother. I forgot his name already.
Alex.
Alex.
Oh my
I'm
God.
looking right at him. And he's the one that drank 9 beers.
Johnny's done taking
He's just sitting over there looking at you going, I wonder if you're proud again.
And he kept stepping all over me all night tonight. Shut up, Alex. Alex, tell us a quick about yourself. What do you do?
I'm a printer in New York.
You what?
I'm a printer.
A printer? Oh, shit.
Now we got 3.
He's talking about one. He's like, fuck, I
Now
gotta
we
get
got
out of
3.
here. I got to get out of
Now I
here.
really wasted my night.
Meanwhile, he's sitting in the studio saying, I can make them a band. I can do it. He comes out with
Is that why you got quiet when you heard me make that that spiel?
It's
I don't want to step on any toes.
Yeah. All right, man. I want to thank everybody out there for watching on this Memorial Day. No, there wasn't
And-
many because.
Remember Memorial Day's catchphrase,
Which is?
it doesn't suck.
That's right. And we'll see you guys next Monday.
See you Thursday
Again?
night, bike night.
Yep, Thursday night, Mike night.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Thursday night, bike night. I'm going to try to be there. No, forget it.
I won't be there.
Last one I was late. I was 45 minutes late to my own bike night. Imagine.
That's
Doesn't
awesome.
work.
I not only can I imagine it, I would expect it.
Yeah. Thanks, Tony.
Hey, we're all in this together.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Like I said before, we may not all be in the same boat, but we're all in the same ocean. That's deep, my friend.
That is very deep.
Oh, jeez.
And you say I'm corny.
Now pull in your clutch and let's get out of here. I'm Johnny Rizzo.
No, you would
This
let the
motorcycle
clutch
man
out.
You would let the clutch out.
If
Exactly.
you want to get out.
You
of
still
it.
going with that Johnny Rizzo
That's all
thing?
right.
You got to pull in your clutch to put it in gear.
Ah, so you're
And then
sitting in
release the
neutral.
clutch. Go get some wind therapy. Full throttle, full head, whatever.
Yeah.
And
What he said.
Keep trying.
That's Josephine.
empower the woman.
Rubber side down.
Bang.
Boom.
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 Boom, pow.
Hope
Hey,
Kate
we've been
Fox
off the
is
air
having a
for
good
10 minutes.
vacation.
Yeah.
Kate, hope you're having a good time in Florida. And we'll see you next week. We out of here.